Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith. I have been going to the Toronto International Film Festival for several years now. And every year there's that one movie that I see that I think to myself, I have just seen something truly special. I might not have gone into it with huge expectations, but there's no doubt after I've come out of the theater, this is a movie that will stay with me for a long time. Last year that movie was Moonlight. You remember Moonlight, went on to win Best Picture, and without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best movies that I've seen in a long time. This year, that movie at the Toronto International Film Festival was The Florida Project. I read the description, it sounded interesting, I went and I checked it out, and without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best movies that I've seen, not only at the festival, but this year so far. Directed by Sean Baker, this movie stars Willem Dafoe as a manager of sorts who works at a motel. Now I say a manager of sorts because usually a motel is basically for incoming and outgoing guests. No, this motel is basically for people who are down on their luck, who aren't very financially well off, who need a place to stay. For lack of a better term, people who seem to be on some sort of a welfare system. Now, when I first heard the title of The Florida Project, and don't laugh because I'm not alone in this, I thought, oh, is this some sort of NASA experiment type of thing? No, it's about people who live in the Florida projects. Now, as Willem Dafoe, of course, is a fantastic actor, two-time Academy Award nominee, and with all due respect, I think this year he'll be nominated for a third. It isn't even his performance that blew me away. It was the performance of mother-daughter, played by Bria Venati and Brooklyn Prince, who play Haley and Moonee respectfully. Now, mother and daughter live in this project, and they will do anything, and I mean anything, to survive. Anything from going and stealing somebody's armbands to the nearest amusement park, and then going and trying to sell them to somebody else. Craziness like that. But they're doing what they need to do to survive. What captured me about this film was the fact that it is so raw and it feels so realistic. It's a part of our society that we tend to ignore. And it's so interesting because the backdrop of this film is Disneyland, where so many people go to get away and to enjoy and to celebrate. Whereas they're just basically trying to survive throughout the week. The movie's very raw. It doesn't pull any punches. It's one of those films that I was extremely impressed by because the performances by mother and daughter, by Moonee and Haley in this film, are performances that you would expect to see by seasoned veterans, not by essential first-timers. Bria was cast not because of her excellent acting background, because this is her first role. No, the director saw her Instagram and said, this is somebody who looks perfect for the role that I'm trying to cast. Somebody who wasn't necessarily puckering up for every Instagram shot, but somebody who just seemed to be living life in a different way. Thank you, Sean Baker, for bringing her to our attention. This is a very entertaining film. If you can sit through it, and there are some parts that are tough to sit through, you will be rewarded with a very strong film, and I give this movie an A-. The Florida Project is going to be talked about a lot this year, so if you get the chance to see it, don't pass it up. Let me know what you think when you see it. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier, and WittyWhittier.com. Thank you so much for checking this out. My name is Keith, and I'll see you at the movies.